I was working on Cars 3, and so I just started counting. I was counting lines of dialogue, specifically looking at gender and how many lines of dialogue were spoken by female characters versus male characters, and then how many female characters spoke as opposed to male characters.
There are certain characters that we inherited, like Lightning McQueen and Mater and Doc Hudson.
There was only so much that we could work with, but I didn't feel like I could just let it go. In the very first script, I found that it was 90% male for both lines and characters. I showed the data that I came up with to the director, to the writers, to the head of story, basically to anyone that I thought had power over making a change. I started creating spreadsheets that I would present to the creatives on our film, just at any milestone when I had a full script to say, hey, this is how the gender balance currently looks in our film. I wanted it to be as unemotional as possible and just present the data and the facts, and just thought that maybe if people saw what the problem was, that they would have a similar reaction to what I had, which was, oh, this is something that we should change. It was generally very positive. They just hadn't seen the data in the way that I did and realized that there was a problem, but didn't realize quite how large the problem was. Cruz is obviously the biggest female character, and there was Miss Fritter. We also had Louise Nash. After I had started counting, Josh Miner, who is in our tools department developing software, was also inspired. And so he posted a message that said, hey, I'm thinking about these ideas, and I think I might have a way of integrating it into our software. Is anybody interested? And I got very excited and said, ooh, I'm interested.
It would probably still be,
Josh worked with an intern that he had working with him that summer, and they actually added the ability to track by gender in the script.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Once we pitched it to the executives, it then became something that they began to expect at every milestone. And so it was something that got integrated into the process of making our movies.